Welcome, guys, back to Risk for Generational Wealth. My name is Barrett, and on today's episode, I want to talk about perspective. No one cares about me. How is this a positive for you in your life? Understanding that we are but a grain of sand on the beach being washed away into existence. As you saw in White Lotus, for those that have seen, they described it as in the sea when there's turmoil and the wave crashes and a single droplet of water goes up into the air. That's our life. Our life is progressing up, and then all of a sudden the splash of water comes back down and our life ends, and we are reconnected with the rest of the body of lives out there. We are so small in the world. We are but monkeys on a rock floating through space, and there's billions and billions of other potential life forms out there, and there's so much space. So relatively, guys, through time and space, we are extremely insignificant. If you look, you saw that the Queen of England passed away, probably been over a year now, a couple years, I don't even know. But the point being is that such a prominent and influential figure has already been forgotten by most of the population. So no matter how big you dream, no matter how big you are in the world, and some of the greatest things you can do, you will eventually be forgotten by people. And I say this, guys, not to be negative, but to give you the perspective that be authentic to yourself. Be who you are. As I discussed in a previous video, one of the regrets that people have when they die was that I wish I lived a life more true to myself. We are raised to be fearful of stretching out and being authentic because it goes back to the tribal mentality of if you did do that in the past and people didn't like it, you were excommunicated from the tribe, which also was the same thing as dying, because if you weren't with the tribe, you didn't survive. And so we still have that fear within us. As I was growing up, I was the quiet kid because I was scared to speak out. I was scared to do something different because you got picked on, you got noticed. And this, I would say, is one of my greatest strengths in life, was that I began to discover that if you do stuff out there that's a little wild, people don't even care. Everybody is only concerned about themselves and how they look and how they are in their environment. They're wondering, how am I being judged? And so they don't even spend that much time judging you. And how do you discover this, guys? Go out into a Starbucks, make a big weird sound, and see that people look over you for 1 to 2 seconds, and they look away and they're back onto their lives. It doesn't matter at all. People do not care about you to the level that you think they do. And it's not meant to be taken negatively, but to be empowering for you to be authentic to yourself. Something recently, guys, when I make these videos, I post them out to Twitter, to LinkedIn, to Facebook, to Instagram. I'm making stories, I'm making posts, I'm putting out tons of content. And when in recent times, I'll look and I'll see like 50 to 80 people watch my story on one platform, 30, 50 on another platform. And so I have like hundreds of people looking at this. But when I look at the views of the videos, there's only about like 15 views in some cases. And this can be so disheartening initially because you're like, people don't care, they don't want to watch. But it's also very exciting to realize that, well, you know what? I'm just going to be more of myself, because all these people that I thought cared so deeply, they're just not as interested as you think. So the whole point of this, guys, is to take away the judgment that you would receive from the world and be authentic to yourself. Life is short. It's, in fact, a perspective that I have is that if you're going to live the same boring life as everybody else, if you're going to be like everybody else, that story has already been told thousands of times in history. Everybody has typically, most people have followed the path of other people. They play it safe. So I'm telling you today to take the risk to be yourself. Take the risk to do something different. Inspire others around you to live a different, unique life. This is what will bring you the most value in your life. And so, small ways to do this: you wear the clothes that you want. Who cares if it looks crazy or looks weird? If you like it, you are the main character in your video game, so play that and be yourself. Do the things that you do. Do the things that you love. If you don't want to go see a movie, or if you don't want to go to an interaction, don't do it. These are ways that you can live a truer life. These are ways that you can love your life and inspire others around you to be authentic too. Enjoy the perspective, guys. This is Risk for Generational Wealth. My name is Barrett. Thank you.